Have you got fed up with Roma? I have. Let's move on to some international management. Yes, hello and welcome on Television Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter. This time we're with Austria. Roma can have a little bit of a rest today. We're doing some international management. Our first two games in charge of Austria. And if you are going to enjoy this, if you have been enjoying the series, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And yeah, let's move on and let's get into this. You can see my first squad right in front of me here. We play up against Finland tomorrow night, so you'll get to see that game and the game against Portugal. And this is the squad I've selected with Austria. You can see we're not using my my 5-3-2, my 3-5-2, however you want to refer to as that we have at Roma. Because to be honest, they don't really have the players for it. They have a lot of very good central midfield players, which is why we're playing with three in midfield. And Sabitzer, who's probably more a central midfielder than a winger, is playing out wide. So to be honest, I don't really know the team that well. If I'm thinking of Austrian players who I know Arnautovic, I know Demir, who's at Barcelona, but he's actually gone to Manchester United in this game, because obviously he's on loan at Barcelona in the first season of the game. I know him. I know he can turn into a fairly decent player. I know Sabitzer. In my game, he's now at Tottenham, having gone to Bayern. Going further back, I've heard of Schlager and I've heard of Seiwald in midfield. I've not heard of Vober, who's at Leverkusen, having moved from Salzburg, but he appears to be one of our best defensive players. So, to be honest, I don't know a huge number of players. Obviously, I know Valentino Lazaro, who I'm not playing, which is good. I've removed him from my Roma team, and now he's at my Austria team. I'm still not playing him. There's not a huge number of kind of regions or nuisance coming through yet to implement into this side. So this is the squad, basically full of real life players at the moment, and this is the team that I'm going to go with in my first couple of games as Austria manager. Any Austrians in the chat or the comments below, let me know if I'm playing players in positions they shouldn't be playing. So my goalkeeper is going to be Patrick Pentz of Austria Vienna. Konrad Leimer, the right back for Atletico Madrid, is going to be playing for us. He's a central midfielder, but he can also play at right back, and that's what he's going to do for us. Our two centre backs are Stefan Posch, who's currently at Aston Villa, having moved from Hoffenheim, and also Dario Marasic, who's at Rem, and then goes to Brentford in my game, and then Borussia Mönchengladbach is at now. I say Maximilian Vober at left back, was at Salzburg, now at Bayer Leverkusen. Grilic in midfield. You can pause on any of these players you want to, and you can see what they look like. He was at Hoffenheim, he's moved to AC Milan, doesn't really play, it would appear, for AC, but he's getting to play for me here. Seiwald at central midfield at Salzburg, has moved to Man City, doesn't really play there, it doesn't look like. This seems to be a common occurrence for a lot of my players. Schlager there as well at Wolfsburg, has been there since his move from Salzburg a few years ago. He gets a game, that's good. Marcel Sabitzer, he moved to Bayern, played quite a lot for them, is now at Tottenham. Obviously Yusuf Demir at Man United hasn't really played too much for them, but is going to be playing for me off the left hand side. And I'm going to go with Arnautovic. I'm not going to get much use of Arnautovic as he's 35 years of age now, but I'll get him up front for my first few games. I don't really recognise any of the other strikers' names. Obviously, you know Arnautovic from his time at Stoke and West Ham, then he went over to China, came back to Bologna, and is now away playing in Austria at TSV Hartberg. Turn-on Sports of Iron, Hartberg. There you go. So that's the team we're playing. We're playing with two full-backs, two ball-playing centre-backs, a deep-line playmaker, ball winner, and a Carillo, or a shuttler, two wingers, and a deep-lying forward. We're playing a kind of counter-attacking tactic, basically just letting Demir, Arnautovic and Sabitzer play up front, and hopefully they'll score the goals for us. Anyway, let's get into the first game against Finland and see how we get on. So you can see from the games in front of us here, we are in the A group, League A, Group 2. So we're in the top layer. Let me show you. So we're in they call it the European International League Division A. So we're in the top group of the Nations League. And the group that we're in within that league division, it's confusing. We're in the top level though, and it's France, Portugal, Finland, and ourselves in our group. Another group's Belgium, Hungary, Italy, Turkey, Spain, Croatia, Holland, Poland, and Ukraine, England, Russia, Germany. Basically, as long as we don't finish bottom, we'll stay in this group. I fancy we'll beat Finland, and then we'll probably lose to France and Portugal. But today we play Finland, so hopefully a winning start. Now, we've shown you the team that we're going to use, so we'll just get straight into this game. I'll be honest, the only person I probably know from this Finland team is Glenn Kamara, as he played for Rangers. But yeah, we're favourites. Let's go out there and win it. I wonder if playing in a counter-attacking, cautious mentality is smart when we are favourites, but let's find out and let's see how we play. We're playing in red, for anyone that doesn't know. Finland playing in their white. And Posh comes forward with the ball here. The centre-back finds Grealish. He switches it to Lima, who's playing an attack mentality as a fullback on that right-hand side. So he'll be more likely to get forward than Vobber on the other side. Arnautovic dropping deep as he should. Demir out to Vobber, who I said wouldn't go forward, but he has indeed. He's sprung the ball in toward Demir. He's been fouled in the box, and that's got to be a penalty kick. Steinman with the foul. It looked like Demir fell right over. He did. 2 minutes in, we've got a penalty. Who's going to step up to take this? It's Sabitzer. Can he finish? He can. Bottom corner. And 3 minutes into our first game as Austria manager, we lead 1-0. You can look at the Finland formation there. It's very, very defensive. 3 at the back, a defensive mid with two wing backs, 2 central midfielders, and 1 behind, 1 up front. So it's really, really quite defensive, and we're taking advantage of that, obviously, with us having most of the ball and all the shots. But here comes a chance for Finland from a set piece, and we managed to clear that after it bounces off the bar. And we just about are holding on to this 1-0 lead. We're dominating the possession, even though we're playing on the counter-attack. And we're having most of the shots. That's the important thing, I suppose, in the game. And Lima has just went right through the defender there. And now we're down to 10 men. And now we're going to have to shuffle about the team. Why would he do that? I just don't understand. Why would that be done? It just doesn't make any sense at all to me. The good thing is, Posh can move over and play as a right back, and Grealish can drop into play as a centre back. It doesn't actually weaken the team too much. And we'll keep it as it is, maybe. Will we drop our wingers back slightly? I don't know. Sabitzer can come and play in our defensive midfield row as a playmaker, and we'll move Demir over to play as an attacking midfielder, possibly as a shadow striker. Arnautovic dropping deep and Demir pushing on. Basically, these 7 defend now, and those 2 play up front. Yep, that sounds like a tactic to me. Now we're down to 10 men for the whole second half. We've managed to reach half-time without another highlight happening, so obviously what we're doing has been fairly successful. Yeah, we're a man down. Let's see if we can still get a result, we'll say. And maybe Lima, that's his name, has just played himself out of a place in the squad again. Because to be honest, I don't know who many of them are. So if he's going to do silly things like that, we might just get rid of him permanently. It's going out to Posh here, who was playing centre-back, now playing right-back. All the way back to Seiwald, and Posh out there. And plays all the way back to Grealish, who was playing holding midfield, now at centre-back. And it's all the way back to Sabitzer, who was out in the wing and is now playing at holding midfield. A lot of movement has occurred in this team. Posh over to Arnautovic. Demir's through. Can he hit it? Oh, skied that over the bar. We still lead 1-0 with 25 minutes to go in this game. I'm surprised Finland haven't went a little bit more attacking, but you know what? We'll take it. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what changes I would like to make. There are 10 minutes to go, and I think we will take off Demir, who's struggling for some fitness, but I think we're going to drop him back to play as a centre-back, and we'll bring on another centre-back to play there in between those other defenders. Lineheart can come in and play there, and who else isn't playing particularly well? Vobber out there on the left's not playing well, so Hinteregger can come on for him. Confirm those changes. 10 minutes to go. We've gone with 5 at the back. And if it says we can make another change, then I'll do it. We're obviously allowed to make 5 changes in this. That's good to know. Time's ticking away though. I had a lot of talking there, but not a lot of highlights. We've won 1-0 thanks to a penalty, and we've finished with that formation after being down to 10 men. Hope you all enjoyed your first one into watching me do international management. That was boring. It started off very exciting with a penalty inside 3 minutes, and then, all the excitedness removed from the match thanks to that sending off. I think Portugal did beat France by a goal as well, 1-0, Bernardo Silva with a goal. And we play up against Portugal next in just a couple of days' time. We'll need to have a new right back in the team after that silly sending off from Lima. Well, hopefully this second game's a little bit more exciting than the first one. We have made a couple of changes, even though there's some tired legs out there. I'm going to be like most international managers. Don't care, the clubs can deal with it. So Lazaro's going to come in for the suspended Lima at right back. And we're also going to bring in Hans Wolf to play on the left-hand side instead of Demir, who is very, very tired. So he can have the game off. He might come on in the second half, but Wolf can start the game for us, which is interesting, seeing as he plays for Stuttgart, having played for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He doesn't normally start many games, and he hasn't for quite a long time. So, good luck, Wolf. Hope you do well. You can see his fitness is not good at all. He's lacking a lot of match sharpness. So we'll see how he gets on today. It's alright. It's not like it's Portugal or anything who are one of the best teams in the world or anything like that. Not at all. As you can see, Semedo, Diaz, Inacio, Mendes, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Neves, Bruno Fernandes, Guedes, João Felix. Yeah, I mean, when they've got folk like Jota and João Cancelo on the bench and Trincao, all those players, or a lot of those players on that bench, are better than my players. It could be difficult. Let's see how they do. Portugal playing in the red. We're playing in black with, it looks like, bright bluey teal trousers and socks, or shorts and socks, I should say. Let me know if that is what they actually play with. It feels as if all black would be a bit nicer than that tealy colour. Let me know in the comments down below as Mendes goes down the left, plays it back to Fernandes. We're just 2 minutes in here, and we're nearly 1-0 down. Bruno Fernandes gets in the end of it again. Mendes into Guedes, Felix, and indeed, we are 1-0 down. Great start, first shot of the game. See, the ball comes into the middle, and we think we just about clear it away, but it drops to Bruno again. Mendes into Guedes, and João Felix is unmarked. And this could be a long day. Second highlight of the day, and it goes to Portugal yet again. If you look at the stats on the left, they have dominated as expected, but we'll see if we can somehow get a breakaway goal, a goal in the counter-attack. That's how we're trying to set up here. Semedo down the right, the ball into the middle, and Pence holds on to it, and maybe we have a chance to break away here. Will we launch this long? We do indeed. Arnautovic going up against Ignacio, and he did not win that fight. And Pence heads that straight to Portugal. Guedes tries to get around. What was Pence doing? He goes out for a header. Just hold on to the ball. You don't need to do something stupid like that. Bruno Fernandes swings the ball in and it's headed over the bar. Wow. Could they just behave? Just behave. If you look at the stats in life, we're actually a lot more in the game than I thought we were going to be. I'll say we've been unlucky. I'm not really sure if that's true, but we'll see how we do in the second half, as Finland are still drawing with France at the moment. And we do have a highlight. Lazaro throws it in. Grilic finds Sabitzer. Lazaro's in space. He is. Can he get into the middle? Arnautovic is there. It's into Wolf. Oh, he heads it over. Oh, what a chance for him to get a goal. What a chance. Has Sabitzer... Oh, don't get sent off. He doesn't. The ball swung in and Grilic launches it. Arnautovic doesn't win it and Bruno has it now. And Seivold fouled. Is that another red... Oh, no. Apparently he threw an elbow and that's another red card. 2 red cards in 2 games. Oh, no. Oh, what do I do now? I don't know. Like, there's so many players out there who are just not well. They're just so tired. And a lot of them just aren't playing well. What do I... I'm going to have to change the whole midfield, aren't I? Hinteregger can come on for Grilic, I suppose. Sabitzer's tired, so we'll bring on Kalajic when we'll go and play him up front and bring off Arnautovic and bring on another defensive-minded player. Why not? We need to come back in 2 seconds when I saw this. Well, we're going back to our famous formation we used at the end of the game last time. 5 at the back as we bring on Hinteregger to play on the left-hand side. Lineheart will come on to play in midfield behind Schlager and Wolf. And Kalajic can go on up front. Down 1-0, half an hour to go. Up against Portugal, one of the best teams in the world. Let's see how we get on as France go up against Finland there, 2-1. So France are level on points with us now. We're somehow still holding on to a 1-0 defeat at this moment in time. Let's see if we can keep a hold of it. William Carvalho with it, over to Semedo. It's back to Carvalho and Trincao. And the ball's into the back post and it's headed, and somehow we've kept it out. And we blitter the ball clear. And we've got a lot of players attacking here. Look at that. We've got like 5 folk in the opposition half. Volber with it. Finds Hinteregger. And Volber. And it's Lineheart. And it's forward to Wolf. And Wolf's in behind. Can he score? He tries to think the keeper. He's had 2 chances. We could be ahead 2-1 if Wolf just knew how to finish his chances. But he appears to not know how to finish his chances. And we're going to lose this game 1-0. I mean, we're down to 10 men. I suppose I can't complain too much about it, but we had chances to get a result in that game. Look at that. The expected goals were a lot closer than it could have been. And we nearly came away with something in that game. But to be honest, no one played very well. So you couldn't really expect to get anything, could you? So yes, 2 games there as Austria. 1 a win against Finland. 1 a loss against Portugal. And to be honest, I don't think we're going to be winning anything as Austria manager, but at least it's a good foray into international management, I suppose. I probably won't show you too much more Austria unless we get into one of the big tournaments. So it could be a short but sweet introduction to Austria for you guys there. We'll be back with some Roma in the next episode. So if you have enjoyed this one or are looking forward to getting back to Roma, then please leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss an episode. And until the next one, where we are back managing Roma. See you then.